Good morning from Aix-les-Bains, the Riviera of the Alps. This is a video that I had not anticipated making during the Rugby World Cup, one that I make with great disappointment, sadness, and sorrow. You see, ladies and gentlemen, legends are made by deeds, legends are made by actions, legends are made by character. And I got the news this morning that Brooks Robinson has passed away. Never met Brooks Robinson in person, but it's truly amazing the impact the one person can have another person's life. I began following baseball as a young child around 1970, and my favorite number, guess what that is? Well, it's number 5, of course. It's a favorite number that stuck with me throughout my entire life. And why is that? Because Brooks Robinson was number 5. Mr. Oriole, the human vacuum cleaner, the man who never gave up, the man who always made it happen. Now, I started playing baseball at a much later age than many American youth. I think I was 10 or 11 when I first got a chance to play when we moved to Scranton, Pennsylvania. And I had a very inauspicious start, not a Brooks Robinson-like start to my baseball career, if you want to call it that. I was put in the outfield, and I didn't play before, never even thrown a ball. They hit a fly ball to me. I put the glove up, the sun got my eyes, and I got hit right in the forehead with the baseball. Not an auspicious start. I was never a very good hitter in baseball. I was good in softball, much different sort of game. But in baseball, I was never a very particularly good hitter, mostly because no one ever taught me how to do it, and I just tried to figure it out on my own. But I took great pride, and I taught myself on how to be an excellent fielder. At first base, in the outfield, even as a left-hander, playing second base for a short period of time in American Legion Baseball. And it was all driven by the high standard that Brooks Robinson set. An absolutely amazing human being, not simply a baseball legend, but a legendary human being. A person who you want his autograph, but when you talk to him, he wants your name. I saw it on film many times. I heard many people talk about it, but I never had the pleasure of meeting Brooks Robinson. A couple of years ago, I went to the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball championship game with the York Revolution, just down the road from where I live in central Pennsylvania. Now, the reason I went was not so much that I like the York Revolution, although I have nothing against them. I went because it was a championship game. There were tickets available. And I heard that Brooks Robinson would be there at the game. And sure enough, the York Revolution won the title. Brooks Robinson came out on the field in his 80s and walked the field. And I said to myself, unfortunately, that may be the last time I ever get to see Brooks Robinson. It turns out that's the case, as he passed away at the age of 86. You know, I've been kind of melancholy this past week or so after personal attacks came against me. But even before that, thinking about the continuity of life. Thinking about life is there's a beginning, and sadly there's an end. And it comes for all of us at some point. And as these legendary people, these titans of industry, of politics, of writing, of music, of sports pass away, legendary names that we've known for decades, it makes you think about the continuity of life. And all I can say about Brooks Robinson is he was real. He was genuine. It was a real article. And he is a legend in Charm City for a reason. He will forever be remembered, not for his great baseball skills. Of course he'll be remembered for that. He'll be remembered not simply because he came from humble beginnings, which he did, and rose to great heights as a great, great athlete and as a fantastic human being, but he'll be remembered for his kindnesses and for the way he approached others. Dusty Baker said on his passing that when Dusty came up, late 1960s, a difficult time for a lot of black Americans in baseball because of bigotry and racism was still taking place, that Brooks Robinson reached out to him. He said the Orioles had 10 or 12 black players on their team, and they all loved Brooks Robinson, and that says a lot about his character. That's true. We had another Mr. Oriole that came along after Brooks who followed in his example to be the same sort of person. That, of course, is Cal Ripken. But Brooks Robinson is the original. Baltimore's had some incredible legends in sports, including Babe Ruth from Baltimore, Johnny Unitas, who came to Baltimore and became the greatest quarterback, introduced the West Coast offense, fantastic, wonderful player, and of course Brooks Robinson, and many, many others. There'll never be another Brooks Robinson. He impacted my life in so many ways. Always treated people with respect, always treated others fairly, and always listened to other people's stories. And I suppose that's one of the greatest things I've taken from Brooks Robinson, other than the fact that I love number 5. even though I never met him, I've always told people and I've always listened to people because everyone has a story. And many people think their story isn't interesting. But almost everyone has a story that is interesting or compelling in some way or another, either in a sad way or a happy way. It's just a matter of how you tell the story and whether you listen to what they have to say. And that's kind of been my guidestone as I've went through life in the past few decades, trying to be the best person I can. And I can't think of a better person to emulate than Brooks Robinson. Gary Sandusky from WBAL did a fantastic tribute to Brooks Robinson, and my thanks to him for that. It was excellent, well said, well stated, and it was just absolute brilliant tribute to Brooks Robinson. The Robinson family and the Orioles announced his passing. My condolences to both the Orioles organization, to the Robinson family, and to Charm City, and to Baltimore Orioles fans. And to Brooks Robinson for what a great life, and for being a great influence on mine.